Good evening. We have a game here between RV. RV scored a 93% in this game and won it clinically against UPESHO. 93% is very high, and we always want to be suspicious and we have to ask the question, are you using a computer? Have you been cheating? Something is anomalous here. But let's evaluate it. Let's evaluate it. Okay, because AI doesn't know what 93 even means, I believe. So far, pretty solid game from Black. And we have the same position. We had this position earlier, or have I already reviewed this game? Yeah, I reviewed this game already. All of this pressure with this pawn here. Yeah. Okay, okay, fine, fine. No, I think it was just strong play. It was a good game. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one was against Cock Cole, who played with a 91%. So 80% level game here. This is more on par with your true level, maybe 1600. I don't think you're 1600 yet, Caliber, but you could get there if you worked on your end game. You have to work on it actively. You can't just play and get better, guys. You gotta train yourself, and I, I can tell you how to train. And what do you want me to tell you? End game. Train your end games. Learn the different types of standard rook and pawn end games. Philidor position, Lucina position. Just Google these words and you'll see it all. Okay, how to defend when you are rook versus bishop. You know, pawn on the A file or H file. How to defend those. How to attack those. Just you have to get good at that if you want to get good at chess. Now, I'm not gonna bullshit you. That's the truth. All right. Uh, and it's a one-time studying effort because once you get it, you get it. It's like you don't have to apply your mind during the actual game anymore because you already understand what you got to do. Just the same way like you understand what you got to do in the openings. End games are kind of like the same. You're just following certain principles, like rooks behind the pawn, active rook, king in the center, shouldering, opposition, zugzwang. All of these motifs, you gotta understand them and apply them. Okay, so White is playing a fairly healthy game, like a really healthy opening. I like it. This is a kind of setup I'm happy about. Although the computer doesn't give it a great rating, actually. So let me just try to understand it better, because normally White has a bit of an edge in the opening. Like here, it was about 0.5. This was 0.3. This was the weak one in here. This bishop move in here was not optimal. So this is important. I wouldn't make such a move typically, but when I look at it, it looks kind of nice, but it also feels a bit wrong. Um, I would reckon that bishop here would be better than bishop here, mostly. But I understand the point of this in a way. And computer likes just a more patient move like that, which is strange in a way. Like you wouldn't have expected that. Bishop b3. Okay, so right now, bishop b3 is the best recommended choice. But let's just have a look at how this would go. Bishop g5 is also not optimal. It's not as bad as bishop f4, but it's not as good. And bishop e3 is somehow better. What about something like h3? I'm curious. It's also fairly. It's not bad. h3 is pretty good. Yeah, h3 and then followed up by bishop e3 maybe is a good one. But bishop b3, why? I just need to understand why. Like it's a castle. Oh, you've got this whole thing. Exactly. The typical motif. You capture here, and then you fork the two pieces. But even there, I do wonder, can bishop takes be played here? It's totally playable. It's totally playable. It keeps the material balance, but it loses a bishop, which is a really strong piece. So yeah, anyway, getting a little bit deep into that, but now you're getting good with your openings. It's time to get better. Gotta always get better. Uh, Next up, okay, so that tactical idea still remains in the air right now. That's the main reason why the bishop move was bad, is because of this tactical idea of winning a pawn, kind of. And it's a very common pattern in these openings. And even I don't see it. Like, I should have seen it right away, but I didn't see it, and therefore this is kind of instructive for me too. Whenever you got this setup, there is a chance for the tactic. Try to embezzle that in your mind. Okay, all right. That's how you try to get better. Is you try to hardwire certain patterns in your brain so that when you see it next time, you remember, like, hey, there was something about this pattern. So now we have an even-ish position and a fairly healthy position for white here. So the game is comfortable. He has the bishop pair. He's got easy moves like rook in here, maybe even doubling up the rooks, trying to put pressure there and here. Lots of stuff going on. I don't think a pawn push is likely to be successful, but it's also an idea. Okay. Uh, why? We have the bishop pair. Why would you give up the bishop pair just for kicks? That's patched up his position. This is also not as nice as bishop back here. Bishop back here is cleaner. You don't want to disturb the pawn structure if you don't have to. Bishop back will keep the structure intact. That keeps this knight a bit safer. And it gives your bishop more mobility. Or maybe that is part of your plan, is to have it mobile on this diagonal. So, okay, I get it. But really, he's aiming on this diagonal, isn't he? So here he has a bit more mobility. Uh, this is a interesting position. Like knight here. Yes, you're taking the knight off the center. You're attacking the queen. It's really not much of a move because it's fairly easily met, although that's not the perfect response. But still, it's not doing much. The computer prefers a rook trade here, which is, let's see the follow-up. It's somewhat counterintuitive to me, the rook trade, because aren't you just giving up the open file? We need to check the follow-up move here, what computer has in mind. A4. And then what about move like rook in here? Then you get trapped. Okay, so you can't really come in there. That's a key point to note. Um, okay, okay. And eventually a rook d1 is played anyway. So it goes like this and rook d1 and then maybe a trade or maybe not, but whatever. Peaceful way to play, I guess. Okay, but now we're playing with naughty knight style. This is naughty knight style. Knight is looking for, he's sniffing around, trying to sniff around and do something. But you see, the bishop mobility. Bishop mobility was a problem, and we knew it right from that early b3 move. That's where the real problem was. Remember that. It's not this knight blunder that's the real problem. It was that. Of course, there must be a move. What can he do here? What's the best move? Yeah, it's a difficult one to find, b4. But that just about patches everything up, right? It gives your bishop the mobility, and it allows your knight to be defended, and should he be attacked, then you can still come back here and retain the mobility. So that was, of course, tough one to find, and we found it next. But anyway, Now it's very difficult to play this, but he's keeping some peace play going on and some intensity. So I like the spirit. There's some good fight, although you should not allow a queen trade. Queen trade, queen trade hurts your chances big time there because knight and rook alone are not enough here, or are they? Oh wait, actually, hold on. He's only plus one, but he is only plus one. That's true, but he has an extra piece. Okay, you've got extra pawns, but your extra pawns are these backward pawns, which unfortunately can't break through here because of this pawn structure. So it's plus one, but it's worse than that actually. That's you have to understand the evaluation before you make a move like this, which allows for a queen trade and makes the game impossible to win now. Uh, yeah, just becomes very difficult now, and your position is you don't have enough firepower. You've got to be a little bit crazy, and yeah. Yeah. All right, well, pretty good game, pretty instructive game overall. Hey, Grandmaster PJ wants to play a game. Let's start it off. Just one game for the fans. Just one game for the fans. Uh, and everyone can watch this, even the student. What's wrong? What's wrong? You only want to watch your own games? Watch some other games for a change. Grandmaster PG is trying to take me out from the 2000s, and I might even slip down because I just bungled up my king move. But we're just playing on clock here. We're both just playing on the clock here. We're just trying to be cheapskate players. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to play real chess. We're trying to play cheap chess. Sometimes it's fun to do that, I guess. Sometimes. All right. I'm gonna go back here to defend these things. Everything seems peaceful. No one has really tried to make any war yet, right? We're all happy here, aren't we? But now it's time to try to make those delicate moves. It's much harder to make these delicate moves than any other move in chess. It's these ones, which are the tough ones to make. And I think the momentum is shifting in White's favor if I think about it objectively. But I'm fairly confident I'll be able to handle whatever shitstorm comes my way. So I'm not bothered about anything, all right? This is my fake confidence that I like to project to trick myself away from worrying about bullshit. Like, what is this? Isn't this bullshit? It's just bullshit. Uh, but the bishop trade offer is definitely valid. It's on the table, and we're still going to keep it on the table for a second longer. I think this seems favorable because of the surprise attack with the bishop and allowing me to kind of disturb the center a little bit, like already throw something at it. Earlier we were in a passive pawn setup, right? 2 pawns here, just kind of waiting, just kind of waiting. But now we got a chance to take one bite. Got a chance to take one bite, and we created an isolated pawn, IQP position, as they like to call it. IQP positions, what you want to have, you want to take advantage of the semi-open file. You want to have heavy piece activity, and you want to create mayhem. Basically, that's the point of IQP positions. He seems to have gotten the hint. So, so far playing quite well. But do I have a move like this? This is pretty decent move. Or even taking a pawn, not fearing all this stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a pawn. I like to allow the attack. It's kind of more entertaining for everyone, and it shows a lot of confidence that you're not afraid. I don't like to be too clinical when I'm playing against 1200, especially. We have this spin here too. Let's execute that. Let's show him a 2000 level masterclass. We're not just gonna win the game. We're gonna win it with class. We're gonna let you have something. We'll let you have something. like this little Czechoslovakia and all that, we'll let you have it. It's keeping the game fun. It's liberating. He has a chance for this kind of maneuver. Uh, yeah. So we wanted to give him a small chance just to keep it fresh. Now we're gonna go a little bit aggressive here and put a bit more pressure down there. And we have to watch out for the queen check maneuver, which he might try to execute to win that pawn at some stage. Like if I go up here, he could try that. Of course, I could just come back with a queen. This is true. I think we want to come and attack some loose pieces. Get this position a little bit ruffled up. Let him have a check. Let him have a check. Come on, now you're gonna run out of time. I don't want to win on time against a punk. And it's not fun for me. The only fun in me playing with you punks is that you can't freaking handle the time. Okay, I'm because I got a bit annoyed. I'm gonna just take the simple way out here and offer the exchange sack, which will clinically finish off the game. Make sure that there's no surprises, nothing to think about. Just chill. Just chill and enjoy chess. Chill and enjoy chess. He doesn't have this maneuver. If he was just one move earlier, maybe, but there's nothing here. Oh, he actually had a chance to come here. So let's let's yeah. All right, good game. Thank you for playing. No, you don't get a rematch for this one, but it was a good competition, and catch you later, guys.